So, you read that title or saw the thumbnail? Since Shorts Wars Season 2 is about to close and the court case is coming up, I decided to find as many crimes as possible the boss has committed. Quick thing, I decided to base most of this off California law and stuff. Also, I'm not smart with law or whatever this is, so take this video with a Mount Everest-sized pile of salt. Also, I'm trying to find the best related thing I can find for what he's done, so it won't be completely accurate. Let's not keep you waiting. The first thing that the boss has done that is most known by everyone is taking over channels of the creators. So, last time I checked, there are no laws about clones, but this could still go under larceny, since what the boss was doing was without permission accessing altered things on a computer he did not own. Also, I'm going to be linking the clones with the boss since he made them with the cloning machine, so that Royal Pair clone using Pair's credit card goes under this. He also made it so clones could be teleported into the home to access computers of people who weren't employed to the boss. With only these two charges, this would stack to 1 to 3 years in prison, or a $20,000 fine at max. Next, with the clones, since we have Jano saying that he was only born a few days ago, and obviously the clones not being old, I'd assume they'd count as minors. Since the boss probably take care of them, he'd most likely get charges for child negligence. So if we count the times they've been endangered and neglected, we get Royal Melon, Johnny's clone, Clone Riggy, Clone Dano, Dunbutt, Cocaine9, and CDOT's clone. I'd count all the times, but it'd be too much, so each clone will just give it 1. Except failures, because we don't really know what happened to him, and we don't know if it's been defeated. So if I'm right, each clone he endangered counts as 7 years, so it equal to 49 years. Added to his 1 to 3 years, he could possibly get 50 to 52 years in jail. Next are kidnapping charges. As we know, he's basically kidnapped and put Pair, Proto, and Joe in a computer. So that is 3 charges, so like 9 to 25 years. He also took Royal Melon, which in this case would be a minor, so that would be 5 to 11 years. See, on this point now, as you can tell, it might get a bit difficult to do the final evaluation with these different numbers, so I'm going to assume the worst. So now he has 87 years in prison now, and the fine could be a $20,000 USD fine. Now, to the charges of making someone no longer alive, and or tries to. Now, the boss, not the cleanest in this record in this regard. Obviously, having a clone shoot Johnny, CDOT's clone fighting CDOT, and since these would count as solely as an attempt, they would each count as a life. Yeah, these seem to be our first and probably only life sentences in this regard. Next, we know the boss and other people he's hired tap into calls and listen in. So that'd be 1 year in jail, or a $5,000 to $10,000 fine. Most likely $5,000 since we only have evidence of 1 wiretapping because we see it in Confrontation MP4 with CDOT. Also, let's not forget the time the boss, Docsmog, swamps Minecraft World. And doxing in California is illegal, and if I'm right, that would count as 1 added year of jail, or a $1,000 fine, or even both. Now, the part I was kinda dreading, the shareholders. And they've somewhat split the community in if they are no longer alive, which I mean is reasonable, while other things they were just knocked out using gases, since the boss says, until next time shareholders, which means this case can go in 2 places. Either the shareholders are no longer alive, or they just went to sleep. Good thing is I prepared for both. If they did not survive, the boss would have most likely 4 life sentences added to his record. Well, didn't you say he'd be getting the worst possible punishment? Okay, yeah, you're right. If we go for the worst, he'd have a death penalty. If it was just knocking them out using gas, he'd get 12 years added to his sentence. Now, from what I could find, this was all the crimes I could see that he committed. I probably missed some, but this sentence is still incredibly big. In this situation, I'll be acting as he got the worst possible outcome. This means max prison time, max fine, death penalty, and if he got in a fine or he got in prison time, I'm going to be giving him both. This will just make it a lot easier for myself. Now, drum roll please. He'd be getting a sentence of a death penalty, 2 life sentences, 88 years, and a fine of $31,000 USD. Now, this is only if we say the shareholders are no longer alive. But what if we go the other route? He'd have a sentence of 2 life sentences, 100 years, and $31,000 fine still in USD. So the boss is pretty screwed. But remember, this is most likely not the best calculations and estimates, since like I said, I'm not good with the law, and I probably messed up a lot. And I decided to put what the clones did as a part of the boss. But in my defense, he made them, so them being his own creations probably would pass the crimes down to him. So in the end, this was just a fun little video that I wanted to make, and I learned more about the law. So in this case, in the court case, if we count the boss as guilty and all the charges are counted, then it's guaranteed he'll be gone for the near future. So if you got far into the video, please subscribe, like, and share. This video took a while to make, and I did so much research for this, and it would just be amazing if you could. I used several hours of my time studying and researching something I will most likely not need to know for the most of my life. So please, once again, please consider subscribing, and I will hopefully see you later. You know, maybe I should do this with the crimes the creators have committed.